Hi, my name is John and this is, and we're here with Kitchen Dad to show you a very simple roast recipe that really only has 4 ingredients and it is delicious. All you need to do is throw these ingredients in a crock pot and let it sit for 5 to 6 hours and you are good to go. So starting it at about lunchtime, which is what time it is right now, is a perfect way to have a delicious dinner. We'll quickly go over the ingredients here. I go for usually about a 3-pound chuck roast. You're gonna want some leftovers because it is delicious. A packet of ranch seasoning, a packet of au jus gravy, and a container of whole peppercini or Greek peppers or banana peppers, whatever you want to call them, is what you will need. And that concludes what you need for the main course of this. Okay, before we get started, we're going to turn on our crock pot to its highest setting. And we are good to add our ingredients. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is take the meat out of its package and just toss it in there. No reason to season it or do anything, just throw that thing right in there. The next thing we'll do is open up your au jus packet and just pour it right in there. On top of the meat's fine. All right, and then let's open up our ranch packet. And we'll just dump that right in there on top. And then finally, we will open up and pour in our banana pepper. Now, you're gonna wanna pour in just a few ounces of the juices in here. If you wanna make it a little bit spicier, give it a kick. I usually throw in a bunch of peppers, but my kids aren't a big fan of that, so we'll go with just the juices. Like 3 to 5 ounces is fine. I honestly never measured, I just pour it in. Another fun twist you can do on this to give it a little bit of a different flavor is instead of a banana pepper juice, you can also just pour in a pickle juice, and then that will have absolutely no spice to it, and it gives it a little bit of a different flavor, but still delicious. All right, and the only thing I would suggest here is just spread this out a little bit on top. All right, and we are good to go there. We will check on this in a couple hours. All right, just doing a checkup here. As a tip, I never like to take the lid off a crock pot. It is a slow heating process. You kind of let all your heat out. But as you can see, peeking in from the window, most of that seasoning has soaked in. We're looking pretty good, looking pretty juicy. So a couple more hours or so and we should be pretty good to go with this thing, and it should separate real easily. But it is looking great. And again, try not to ever take the lid off your crock pot. You don't want to let that heat escape, and it takes a while to build that heat back up. All right, so after this has been going for approximately 6 hours or so, we'll give it a test. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick both forks in. So go ahead and do that, Avery, and give it a light pull, and let's see what happens. All right, it pretty easily comes apart. So we're just gonna go around and pull all this apart until we have a nice mountain of shredded meat in the crock pot. All right, so once we've pulled it all, it kind of sits down in the juices you can see here, and that looks awesome. It is tender, juicy, delicious. It's got a great flavor. And then from here, you can do anything you want with this. You can eat it pretty much by itself. You can make tacos with it. You could put it on hamburger buns and make sandwiches with it. There's definitely many different ways to serve this, and it tastes fantastic. All right, so that's our video for how we make a classic Mississippi pot roast. Like we said in the beginning, it's usually nice if you throw a bunch of pepperoncinis in there, but if you've got some small kids, they might think it's a little bit spicy. And again, you can do it with pickle juice too. Works out, tastes great. And yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoy it as much as we do. It has become a staple in our household. It's easy to make, and there's not many ingredients to acquire.